Okay, let's get right into it. We are breaking down the #1 story in the world right now. A U.S. fighter jet has been shot down over Iran, and we're going to get into exactly how it happened. So you've got this top-of-the-line American weapons platform, and it was just brought down by a regime with what most analysts frankly consider pretty outdated military gear. It's a shocking development for sure, and it raises one massive question. How on earth was this possible? I mean, that's the central mystery here, right? How did a military that, let's be honest, has had some very public missteps manage to pull this off? Let's break down the details. All right, first things first, let's just establish the ground truth. What do we actually know for sure about the incident itself? So the aircraft we're talking about is an F-15E Strike Eagle. It's a two-seater fighter bomber. It went down in this really remote, rural part of southwest Iran. But the most crucial detail here, and this has been confirmed by images of these empty ejection seats, is that both crew members got out. You know, the second that jet went down, the mission completely changed. Instantly, it became this high-stakes, life-or-death race against the clock. And this timeline, wow, it just shows you the urgency. Almost immediately, a combat search and rescue mission, that's CSAR, was launched. And get this, it happened in broad daylight. That is incredibly risky over hostile territory. In what is just a stunning feat, U.S. Special Forces actually went in and rescued one of the crew members deep inside Iran. But the search for that second crew member is still a massive ongoing operation. And this is why the situation is just so incredibly dangerous. Iranian state media is blasting this out, urging civilians to join the hunt, and they're offering a dead or alive bounty. So the remaining crew member isn't just trying to evade the Iranian military. They're evading potentially anyone looking to claim that reward. So the drama on the ground is obviously incredibly intense, but it all comes back to that one huge question. How did a state-of-the-art jet get taken down in the first place? Well, to understand that, we've got to look at its fundamental design. I mean, just think about this for a second. We are talking about an asset worth over $100 million. These machines are engineered from the ground up to be untouchable, to completely dominate the skies. So how did this happen? And this gets to the real heart of the issue. It's kind of like a double-edged sword for these modern jets. Their greatest strength is being nearly invisible to radar, all thanks to their shape and special materials. But their weakness? It's the massive, unavoidable trail of heat pouring out of those powerful engines. You simply cannot hide that much heat. It is their Achilles heel. And that weakness is exactly what Iran exploited. They used a really clever asymmetric strategy that just completely sidestepped the jet's main defenses. So, instead of using radar, which the jet is designed to beat, Iran used something called an infrared search and track system, or IST for short. Just think of it like a giant heat-seeking camera. And because it's a passive system, it doesn't send out any signals. And that means the pilot had absolutely no warning, no idea they were being watched. Then you've got the weapon itself, the 358 missile. And this thing is wild. It's this unique hybrid, part missile, part kamikaze drone. It launches into a target area and then just waits. It loiters slowly, scanning with its heat sensor for a target to show up. It's so effective because it's cheap, it's patient, and it's designed specifically to beat a super-fast, high-tech jet by just outlasting it in a small patch of sky. Okay, so here's how the whole attack went down. Step 1, the IRST system on the ground picks up the jet's heat. Step 2, the 358 missile is fired and starts to loiter. Step 3, the missile's own sensor locks on and starts its pursuit. Now, finally, the jet's defenses kick in. Step 4, the pilot gets an alert and deploys flares, which successfully trick the missile. And it works. But here's the genius part. In Step 5, the missile, realizing it's been fooled but knowing it's still super close to its target, just detonates itself in midair. And the result? Step 6, a huge shockwave of shrapnel that just shreds the aircraft and takes out its flight controls. And that right there is the key insight. It was not a direct hit. It was a proximity blast. That shockwave of shrapnel is what brought the jet down, but it's also the reason the crew had just enough time to eject safely. So, the moment that jet hit the ground, a whole different kind of battle began. The battle for the narrative, the propaganda war. Iran, of course, jumped on this immediately for the propaganda win. The Speaker of the Iranian parliament, Mohammad Bakr Kalibath, tweeted this out, basically mocking the entire US effort and framing the whole thing as this massive American failure. And this really gets to a critical and often misunderstood military term: air superiority. You see, it means having control of the sky from other airplanes. It has never, ever meant you're immune to ground-based threats like missiles or anti-aircraft fire. That is a super important distinction. And you can see this information war playing out in real time, all over the place. Iran is parading the wreckage on state TV. Unbelievably, there were viral videos circulating in China that explained this exact attack tactic before this even happened. Meanwhile, the US is trying to control the flow of info while focusing on the rescue, and online forums, well, they're just exploding with debates about the future of American military power. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, this wasn't really about Iran's raw military might. It was about their cleverness. This whole incident is just a powerful reminder that a determined adversary can always find the seams in a superpower's armor. Which kind of leaves us all with this one big question, doesn't it? As weapons get smarter and tactics get more and more creative, is having the most expensive, most advanced tech still the guaranteed key to victory? This event suggests the answer might be a lot more complicated than we think.